YouTube! This is MaitreDesBlocs, and today I have something very interesting to show you guys. Yes, I am excited. I'm excited because doing that episode last week? Was it last week? Yeah, we're Tuesday. Yeah, it was last week. Doing that episode last week about the nether below the void and how we could fall in to reach the nether and stuff really got me into command block stuff again. And also because I'm making my map, please don't touch anything. And you should check that out if you didn't already. If you're interested in the game, it's on my channel. Just search it up or something. But I told you guys that I would show some mechanisms I did in the map, in the game itself, and explain how they all work. So, here's one of them. And this is a non-ameliorated version of it, actually. The other one wouldn't have fit for a YouTube video. It was too complicated, messy, and it was buggy. So I changed it up, and this is my new version of it. And basically what this does, it's a game crasher. That's all it is, really. You can remotely crash the game of anyone in your world or in an adventure map. In an adventure map, you could make something rigged up to this so that the player who plays the map, if you do something specific, would crash the whole game. And I don't know why you would do that, but some people already asked how to crash the game remotely and stuff, and I searched it up myself, could not find anything, so I made my own version of it. And it's pretty simple and compact. Just a few command blocks. All it is, really. Let's first demonstrate this. So I press this button, and you'll see the game crashes. And to prove you that I'm not cheating you, I am in 1.8.8. So that's the newest version of the game. So you can't tell me that this is a bug that has been fixed or anything, because I'm in the newest version and it still works perfectly fine. Not a problem. So let's load the world back. We're back. And I'm in Alex. The skin servers are really slow today. I don't know why. Come on. Well, I guess I'm gonna be a girl for the rest of this episode. Well, video. Whatever. So here's how it works. First of all, the command block I placed was setting a objective, a dummy objective, called crash to 1. And the objective was created in advance by this command. You just do scoreboard, objectives, add whatever the name of your objective will be, dummy. Oh. I didn't know you could add an objective twice. Did I do that? Nope. It says it created a new one, but I already have crash, so I don't know what happened there. Anyways, you create an objective, and then I can modify it from wherever I want in the world. If this contraption is in the spawn chunks, I can have this wherever I want. If this is loaded, it will activate when I press this button, because this tests... Oh. Wait, is it that one? Oh, yes, it is this. So, this command block, it does a command tellraw, which is, it's like say, but tellraw has more, it uses the JSON format, so you can add up some functionalities to your text, like click events, colors, underline, a bunch of other things off the bat. So that's why I use here tellraw at player, the closest player, whose score of crash is more than 1 or equal to 1, and at the same time less than 1 or equal to 1. So basically it tests for the score of crash to be exactly 1, which is what I just did there with the other command block. And if it is, it will tell that player with the Terra the text, warning, your game will crash in a moment, with the color red, which is what you saw when I crashed the game over there. And it's a really fast clock, so this activates that command block really fast. And this is just a comparator in subtract mode, powering itself on the side, and it's... I don't know how this works, really. I'm not an expert with this clock. I just know that it basically tests for the signal strength on the side, and if it's greater, it will shut off on the front, and then it will create a loop and a loop and a loop and a loop and power that forever. So that is the clock here. Then it will, if it displays this message, because a player has the score of crash equal to 1, it will output a signal with a comparator facing into this. And this, basically, all it does is it executes. So, execute is a command that makes it so relative to the target of your execute command, it will run the command relative to that with parameters. And I did the parameters to say same X, same Y, same Z as the target. And the target is the player, closest player. So execute at closest player where the player is standing. The command play sound mob.weather.spawn, but only at player whose score of crash is the same thing as before, equal to 1. And where the player is standing from the execute point, and the volume is 10, and the two other values are the minimum volume, and the last one, let me check, the pitch and the minimum volume. If you just leave the pitch as it is, it's better that way. And then when that is activated, it will go through a series of repeaters with a delay leading into another command block, and this one will TP the entity type armor stand name equal crash to at closest player whose score of crash is equal to 1. And right here I have crash, but crash is invisible. What you see right there is what you see right there is his what you see right there is his little brother. What's his name again? Restart. Yeah, that's restart. But crash is in the same spot as restart. He's just invisible. I could go to game mode 3 to show you. Oh, actually I can just do what? There we go. MaitreDesBlocs, crash, and restart. And they're right there. So teleport, crash to me. And when that is done, it will trigger this, which will execute at the entity type equal armor stand name equal crash, where he is. Set block 2 blocks above him, Minecraft mob spawner, 0, with the mode destroy, and containing a painting. And that's where the crash comes in play. Because I discovered that when, and I'm not the first one to discover this, but I made this discovery on my own research too, along with a lot of others, that when you look, or when you're close to a spawner with a painting in it, the game crashes. It's like the game doesn't know how to represent the painting into the spawner in your loaded area. But if I'm all the way over there, not looking behind me, where the chunks are unloaded, and there is a spawner that would be placed over there, I would not have any problem and my game wouldn't crash. But since crash, the armor stand, is teleported to me, then the spawner appears right above my head and it crashes my game as soon as that happens. And then, 1 tick later, it will set crash back to 0, so this will turn off and the whole chain will start to go off again to turn off to the default state. And then Same thing, execute at crash, where he's standing 2 blocks above him, set block air. But the cool thing is here. This activates and then the game crashes even before this can turn on. But when you relog, before the ground loads and you can crash your game again by seeing the painting spawner, this activates and destroys it even before you can see it. And now, at the end of all that, it teleports crash back to restart. And it kills all the XP orbs in the world. Because when a spawner breaks with the mode destroy, it will drop XP orbs. And I think there's a more efficient way to do this, but I haven't found how to get that to not happen. Maybe it's if you change the mode to replace instead of destroy. I don't know. But that is optional. And then at the end, it says crash back to 0. But we already did it over here. I just copied the command 2 times by accident, so I'm just going to destroy that because we don't need it. So to recapitulate from the beginning, it will tell to the player if the score of crash is 1. From this command block over here, you can put it to 1. And if that happens, it will output a signal to this, which will just tell the wither spawn sound. And then next, it will TP crash to you. Then it will put the painting with set block from the armor stand crash, and then it will destroy it, and then after that it will teleport crash back to restart. It will kill the XP orbs created, and crash will go back to 0, resetting the whole thing. And why did I use an armor stand to do this instead of just using myself? Execute at me to place the spawner and stuff. But here's the weird thing. When Minecraft crashes, when you log back into the world, as soon as you log back in, even before the ground loads, this activates. So before your game crashes, again, from the spawner, which is supposed to destroy it. But it can't, because if the ground is not loaded, the game cannot detect the player. But any background actions can be done. So I have to use a secondary object into this, because the player is not registered yet into the world when these activate. And so your game would crash after this activate with no spawner being removed, because the spawner would still be there. And that's all there is to it. I'll prove you again that I can crash my game as I want. Bam. Blue screen. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial or whatever. Use this very carefully and gently. Don't go too hard on your friends. This can frustrate people if you do it on a clock, especially on a server where command blocks are enabled. So this is not a video to incite you to troll, but more like to get you the creativity out if you want to use this on a map or something. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for you for this one. I hope this served you well for some project you have. I hope you enjoyed this a little bit. I put a smile on your face or something for the day. And I'll see you in the next one. MaitreDesBlocs.